Hey everyone, I'm Isaac and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2024. Illumination is a studio that I don't think needs much introduction. In the span of only 14 years, they've become a force to be reckoned with in the world of modern feature animation. Admittedly, yes, a lot of their output isn't very good. In fact, some of their movies are just flat out terrible, but they're undoubtedly a profitable studio, and a major contributor in that regard is their flagship franchise, Despicable Me. Now, before Migration came out last year, I'd actually consider the first two Despicable Me's tied for Illumination's best films. They're funny, creative, heartwarming, entertaining, endlessly memeable, and just all around fun to watch. But after those, the series took a considerable dive in quality. For one, we got the spin-off Minions in 2015, which was just flat out garbage. Then 2 years later, we got Despicable Me 3, which I wouldn't say was terrible, but it was definitely the weakest mainline entry in the series. And then 5 years later, we got Minions: The Rise of Gru. It wasn't good to be sure, but honestly, it was kinda fun. As long as you're going into it expecting goofy shenanigans for 80 minutes, then you should be satisfied with the end result. So now we're on to the latest entry in this franchise, Despicable Me 4. Given all the stuff I just mentioned, I didn't have any expectations for this one. The most I was expecting was for it to just be sorta fun, but overall mediocre. And after watching it, yeah, that's basically what I got. It takes place sometime after the third film with a pretty notable update this time around. Gru had a baby, which also means that he's canonically had sex. Good for him. Anyways, things seem to be going well in the Gru household until a new supervillain, Maxime Lemal, breaks out of prison and is planning to take revenge on Gru for humiliating them in front of their old school during a sting operation. So Gru and his family have to hide out in a new home while some other stuff happens in the background. Yeah, this leads me to my biggest problem with Despicable Me 4, which is just how unfocused it is. That's especially the case with all the subplots going on, with most of them having next to no bearing on the story other than padding out the runtime to 90 minutes. There's only 3 real plot lines going on that I'd say affect the film in a significant way. First, as previously mentioned, is Gru and his family adjusting to living in a new neighborhood while in witness protection. And I mean, it's fine, I guess. There's a few okay jokes here and there, and I sort of enjoyed Gru's dynamic with the new character Poppy, but there's not much to write home about here. Next, there's the new villain, Maxime Lemal. Honestly, he's gotta be, without a doubt, the weakest villain in this franchise. I mean, I guess he was a bit entertaining from time to time, but man did he feel underwhelming compared to the first 3 villains. Like, this could have been a great opportunity for them to bring back Vector and have him try to get his revenge on Gru, but I suppose that was never meant to be. The third major plotline involves the Mega Minions, and while it's admittedly only relevant for like 2 scenes, those scenes were kind of entertaining. They had some great physical comedy and creative uses of the characters' abilities, even if I do kinda wish we got to spend more time with them. As for the animation as a whole, it's pretty good, I guess. It's more or less the same stuff we got in the previous 3 movies, but the new locations are nice, the score is fun, and there's a few entertaining action scenes. I don't have much else to talk about here, so in conclusion, Despicable Me 4 is a very clear sign that this franchise has run its course. I'm sure it'll make Universal a crap ton of money, but as a movie on its own, it's very mediocre, par the course for Illumination. Maybe you'll like it if you enjoyed the previous films, but otherwise you might be better off waiting for it to come out on streaming. Hopefully this can be the official end of the Despicable Me franchise, and if it is, then I can safely say that it ended on a 5 out of 10. Next time, I'll be talking about Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. After 30 years of waiting, Eddie Murphy is back in one of the most iconic roles of his career. And was the wait worth it? I mean, I guess, but it could have been better. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2024, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all later.